3.
Jiu-jitsu. All right, everybody. 1, 2.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh, no, my headphones on.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Lee Mastered Podcast.
Woot, woot.
Woo, woo.
Episode 2. We're going to be talking about
We're going to be talking about
stuff.
so many topics today.
So many
specially
stuff.
prepared so many. Matt, what are we talking about?
UFC 268. Craziness happening from that
I like
Madison
how
Square
we
Garden.
test your audio levels and then you immediately start yelling into it.
That's not yelling. That's like, this is room talk for me.
You're clipping a lot. Yep. Okay, there we go.
I like to speak close.
I know you do, but you didn't test it that way.
Yes, I did. I thought I did. Okay, whatever. I mean,
Okay, there we go. That's better.
okay.
Now I'm clipping. Okay. Do you want to recap the fights?
Which fights did we start from? Because the prelims, there was like finishes in the first and second round and like 6 fights in a row, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Something like that. I forget the numbers.
Well, it depends on which one you want to start with. We didn't talk about like the Ally Quinta fight.
Getting knocked out. Was that first round knockout?
Yeah.
Cold by Bobby Green.
I'm
knocked
turning
out
it.
cold.
You're clipping so hard.
Fine. I'll just
Knocked out cold.
see if I'm this way. I'm back here though. They're not going to hear me as
Well,
clearly.
just stop yelling.
I can't, Michael. We're talking about UFC 268. Oh!
There we go. Like
Right on his head.
Right on his head. That's an inside joke no one is going to understand.
If they do, okay. If you get that right in the comments, what that's from. Oh, right on his head.
Well, some of them
Then
might know, but
give him a prize.
that's my ringtone.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, should we just no? You guys can figure it out. Anywho, we're talking about Bobby Green versus Al Iaquinta, first round finish from Bobby Green. Any comments, Michael?
I feel bad for Al.
I do too. I didn't want that to happen. I didn't know who Bobby Green was.
It is what it is.
Hate to see it. Also, what's his name? Alex Pereira versus some other guy that he knocked out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That was only his 5th fight, so who really cares?
He's gonna beat Israel Adesanya again. For those of you who don't know, Alex Pereira.
Jesus Christ, that it's making my ears hurt now. Okay, go ahead.
For those of you who don't know, Alex Pereira is a kickboxer who previously beat Israel Adesanya in his kickboxing career. And now he just knocked out a guy with a flying knee in the UFC.
Yeah, let me know in 5 years how that goes. I don't know if that guy's going to make it anywhere, but we'll see.
He did better than Israel Adesanya in his UFC debut.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Who did Adesanya fight in his debut?
I thought it was Vittori.
No, he fought Brad Tavares.
He got a knockout, like just...
Knocked him out!
Yeah, but it was TKO. He was just like tapping him until he went down like this.
That's pretty dominant.
I mean, it's dominant, but it's not as... Okay, it's exciting. But what's more exciting?
That's what Max
or
Holloway does. Are you
flying
saying
knee
Max
KO?
Holloway isn't dominant?
He's entertaining as hell because the whole fight's like that.
So is Adesanya.
Yeah, but what's more entertaining? A cold KO with a flying knee or that? They're both entertaining, I guess, is my point.
But you know, like, when a fight is, like, over in 30 seconds, it's not competitive. It's just one guy knocking the other guy out. It's really competitive when the guys are on the ground, rolling around, sniffing each other's crotches. Super competitive.
That's the mind of a jiu-jitsu man like you.
It was also satire, if you couldn't tell.
Oh. Well, also, that's...
Idiot.
You do enjoy those, though. Every time the guys are rolling, like, sweaty on the ground, you get super excited.
Man,
and
I'll have
into
you
it.
know I'm a 1-stripe white belt. That means I know everything that's going on the ground. So we should move on to the main card, though. We've talked about nothing but prelims. First one, Justin
true.
Gaethje and Michael Chandler.
This podcast is going to be so long. We haven't even gotten into the main card.
4 minutes in, we haven't even mentioned the main card. And I actually did prepare topics for this, too.
Oh, wait, what?
The Astroworld tragedy.
Well, okay, let's get into that later. We should talk about...
Don't
see,
ask.
well, we should make that a separate podcast, you know? Like, clip the UFC
You're going to spend 20 minutes talking about just the main card of UFC?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. You start on...
But then we could also talk about Astroworld after that.
Okay. That's what I was going to do.
We should cut all this out. It's not going to be a continuous take anymore, though. It's going to look like a fake podcast.
We could restart.
Do you want to? I mean, I kind of enjoyed our... Okay, well, do you want to restart then?
No, we'll just cut this.
Okay.
Or not, because then it'd be funny.
Fine.
So Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler. How about that? That was a good fight.
That was a good, entertaining fight. That was the best fight of the year, I would say.
Yeah, I can't really argue.
I was sad it was 3 rounds, though. I was surprised they only made it 3 rounds.
I think Justin Gaethje would have killed him if it was 5 rounds.
Yeah, he would have. I've seen clips online of like Michael Chandler at the hospital, like the doctors in his mouth, just like these pinchy things. He looks so bad.
They had to give him so
I
many
felt
stitches.
bad for him. Like maybe it wasn't worth it after he just had
He
his
knew what he
hands
was
down.
signing up for. I don't care.
I guess so. That's true.
I felt bad for his son because then he had to wear that mask. Did you see that video of him?
No.
He's like talking to his son. It's like, Daddy got a little fucked up, so now he's gonna wear this mask so you don't have to look at him like that.
That's what he said to his son?
I think so.
Yikes.
He was like such a dad about it though, in a nice way.
That's funny. I don't think fighters should bring their kids to UFC events.
No, this is at his home.
Like this,
it goes on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, would you if you were a UFC fighter and you went home and your face is all fucked up, like you look like Sloth from the Goonies, would you just let your kids see that, or would you wear a mask?
I'd let my kids see it.
That's gonna scar your kid.
Well, what if he becomes like the greatest fighter of all time because he's gotten toughened up by it?
I don't think that's how it works. They could just be traumatized and be in therapy. I don't think many people see their dad with a beat up face, knowing their dad is a professional fighter, and think, "Oh, I'm gonna do that." I don't know if that's how it works.
Well, maybe he enjoys it. You know.
Maybe his son's also adopted.
Oh, really? Well, isn't he a Chinese boy or black
no, he's
boy?
Black.
Yeah. Okay.
Or his wife has some explaining to do.
Yeah, really. Well, he is pretty short. Girls don't like that.
The only thing
He's probably getting cucked.
The only thing I didn't like about the Gaethje and Chandler fight is that it really overshadowed the Burgos and Quarantillo fight. Because that was a really good fight.
To be honest, I didn't even watch that one.
What the fuck? It was a good fight.
I watched Chandler versus Gaethje in the car as I was driving.
You were going on a date, weren't you?
Yeah. So I had Gaethje versus Chandler on the side of like my car while I was driving.
How did you not kill anyone on the way there?
It was raining too.
You're an idiot.
So, but I watched it.
That's like a perfect example of what not to do while driving.
It was sick. Well, like I was kind of half and half, but like as soon as I heard like, okay, Chandler's down, then I would go.
That was a sick knockdown.
That was good.
Yeah, we've been learning those Gaethje uppercuts where you go off center and then just rip uppercuts.
Yeah, I thought it would be like, I don't know, Gaethje would get knocked down a lot more. He was so fucking
Gaethje never
good.
gets knocked down. If Gaethje gets knocked down,
I couldn't believe how
done.
good he was, that performance.
Yeah, Gaethje's a good fighter.
He gets better and better, I think.
People don't realize how good Gaethje is because of the way he fights, but he's really good.
Well, like, all I see him is as this guy who, like, attempts to get knocked out or knocks out someone himself.
Well, that's why Dad knows who he is.
Yeah, because
it's an entertaining fight every single time.
He's the most entertaining fighter in the UFC, I would say. Him and Yuri Prochazka so far.
Yeah. Yuri Prochazka?
Yuri Prochazka. Okay, on to the other fights. Enough of this Gaethje Chandler fight. They already know it's good.
You just want to graze over Quarantillo and Burgos.
Tell me about it.
Even though that could have potentially been fight of the
I'm
year
pretty sure,
well.
didn't Burgos knock him out?
No, it went all 3 rounds, but like Quarantillo's leg was so fucked up that he couldn't stand on it. So the way you counteract someone trying to kick your legs is you take away the kicking distance. So he was just walking forward, throwing hands as hard as he could. Because if you got to defend punches, they can't kick.
That is entertaining.
So it was very entertaining, but a lot of people, it got slipped under the radar because Gaethje and Chandler was right before it.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom during that fight.
So it took away a lot of the stopping power of that fight. That fight easily could be fight of the year as well. But it was before Gaethje Chandler, so so fuck him.
Well, so I wish I could comment more about that fight because I did watch parts of it, but I mean after Gaethje versus Chandler, it was kind of like a
exactly. That's why a lot of people just don't know about it. I'm not sure who got the performance bonuses for that event, but I'll look it up. And the fight after that, did you watch it?
What's it? Marlon Vera versus Frankie Edgar.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
I mean, we expected it. We both picked Cheeto to win that fight.
Oh my god, we should replay our predictions because I'm pretty sure I said like as he's like on a losing streak and he's getting older, it's like it sucks to see him get knocked out so much.
Too.
Yeah. Was he winning the fight? Do you think before the knockout?
I had it 1-1, but it's really hard to tell because I don't know how judges score fights anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing else to say about that fight except hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
That's rough. I mean, do you think he's going to retire after this, or do you think he's going to keep going?
I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's just going to pick, I don't think he's going to win a title, so I think he's going to pick better fights. Frankie Edgar's still a really good fighter. They just keep giving him, shitty fights.
He's not going to make any money fights, though. He's not that good.
He made, $400,000 that fight, because he's a legend.
I mean, like a Conor McGregor fight, you know? He's not going to make any money fights like that.
No, but he'll fight, Did he already fight Jose Aldo again? Jose Aldo actually might win the title, so he's up there.
I'm pretty sure he beat. No, I'm pretty sure he lost to Jose Aldo recently.
They fought twice before for titles, and Jose Aldo won both times. And now they're both at bantamweight. I think that'd be an interesting fight, but I don't think Frankie Edgar.
Jose Aldo would knock him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Sadly. He shouldn't. I don't know. I kind of feel like he's on the downfall now. Well, he is. So it's sad. I watched him versus Gray Maynard a few days ago. Gray Maynard 3.
Good fight. Right after we argued about it last podcast.
No, just yesterday because I was like, I'm curious to see it again.
Yeah, it's
because that's one of the first fights you showed me when we were in our fighting phase.
It took me so long to convince you to get into fighting.
Not really. That was like the lockdown we started.
Well, you had no other choice. You had nowhere to go. So I'm like, hey, you want to watch fights? And you're like, oh, fuck it, I guess so.
Yeah, sure. Just getting high and watching fights. Takes me back. Okay, we're getting off topic. Let's talk about what's the next fight in that. Rose Namajunas versus Wei Li Zhang. I see so many people saying that Wei Li Zhang won 3-2.
I don't think she won that fight.
You don't think so?
No. Well, I picked Rose to win the fight anyway, so I kind of wanted Rose to win. But it is what it is. You can't let the judges pick you to win the fight if you're not the champion in New York, of all places. That's the same place where like John Jones and what's his name, Dominic Reyes happened. I thought Reyes won the fight 100%, and they gave 4 rounds to Jones on one of the scorecards.
He didn't win. He won 2.
The same thing happened with Rose and Wei Li. One judge gave Rose 4 rounds. And
Jeez.
I don't think that should have happened.
She was in her hometown, wasn't she?
Well, Rose is American.
Oh.
I'm not sure. She has that dumb hick accent, too.
Dumb hick? She doesn't have that
She sounds like
accent.
a hick when she talks.
Jesus.
I'll just say the Lord's Prayer. That's all I do when they should talk me on the way in.
She does not sound like that.
That's what she sounds like.
She's like, I am the best. That's how she sounds.
I am the best.
She doesn't have that bad of an accent.
She sounds like a hick when I hear her talk.
You're crazy. Oh my God, Mike. So judgmental you are.
Is that an offensive thing to say?
No, it's just she doesn't sound like a hick at all.
You gotta admit, she has like a southern twang in her
accent. If she did
accent.
sound like a hick, I'd be like, yeah, man, I agree. But she doesn't at all.
But she has that southern twang.
She doesn't, though.
Hold on.
She's making her sound like Yosemite Sam. I am the best.
I said.
That's Foghorn Leghorn.
Whatever.
Get your Looney Tunes right,
What's
bro.
the difference? They're both southern. I'm the rootinest, tootinest, shootinest.
Anywho, I thought Wei Li Zhang, she probably won more rounds, but Rose Namajunas' rounds that she won were more definitive, you know? Like, she definitely won the rounds. But it was still competitive, I thought.
Very competitive fight. I didn't care who the winner was in the end because it was a good fight, but I thought Rose did enough to win. A lot of people say, like, oh, clearly Wei Li won the fight. And I'm like, did we watch the same fight?
Do you think they're going to run it back?
No. This has happened with Rose before. Rose wins in dominant fashion and then defends the title in, like, a close decision. Why make a trilogy fight? That happened with Joanna.
That's true. I mean, I don't know anything about Joanna versus Rose. But
Joanna was undefeated going into that fight, and she got knocked out in the first round. And Dana's like, oh, I see money in a rematch here. Let's do the rematch. And Rose just wins again.
Oh.
And now what does Joanna do? It's like, oh, there's a new flyweight division. I'll go up there. Loses to Shevchenko. Loses to... Who else did she
Rose
lose to?
did?
No, Joanna. Are you listening to me?
No, I'm just confuzzled.
Well, if that's the case, let's move on to the last fight.
Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 2. Michael, give me your thoughts.
Usman won! Eat a dick!
Pisses me off. I didn't want him to win. I want him to lose so badly.
It was a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, the knockdowns scared the fuck out of me. I was like, no way Usman's going to knock him out.
I thought he was just going to knock him out.
I thought he was going to get finished in the second round. I was like, no way he's getting out of this, but he did.
You can tell Usman's been training with Ngannou because the way he throws his hooks, it just looks the exact same now.
And he looks like the CEO of EPO. He says that a lot, Colby, but it's true. He looks like he's on something.
He does look like he's on something.
It's crazy how ripped he is.
Well, people always say that about like the welterweight champ. They always thought GSP was on the juice.
GSP, I don't know. You know, he doesn't look like he's on the juice.
He's too nice to do steroids.
He's too nice, and it looks natural the way he did it.
Are you intoxicated?
Kamaru, like, you can see every one of his muscles. You know, Georges St. Pierre isn't, like, that ripped, like, as Kamaru is.
I don't know. Tell me more about how ripped these men are, Matt.
Colby Covington was nowhere near as ripped as him.
Well, Colby Covington doesn't cut a lot of weight either.
I mean, Kamaru definitely cuts a lot of weight.
Definitely cuts
he
a
looks
fuck
like he's
ton.
200 pounds.
He very well could be. Like, Colby weighs the same amount as Dustin Poirier.
191?
Yeah, like around 190, 185.
I guess that's not too bad of a cut. It's crazy.
That's pretty bad for a cut if you're cutting
yeah, I guess so. But, like, compared to Dustin Poirier, is getting down to lightweight. That's way crazier.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Anywho, did you think Kamaru did enough to win?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you think what rounds did you think Colby won?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I judge the fight as a whole. I know that Kamaru knocked him down twice in that one round, so that you have to give him a 10-8 for that. That's my opinion, at least. I think Colby probably could have won the last 3 rounds on some people's scorecards, but I don't think he did enough with what he did.
I think Colby should have won in more. Like, I saw he kicked to the body a lot, and it looked like it hurt him at one point. Like, he went back to the cage, and you could see it on his face, Kamaru, but he never, like, went for it again.
He was also having more success with the wrestling. Like, he took down Usman. I don't care what the hell anyone says. That was a takedown.
I have to see the takedown again because I don't remember it.
Well, it's stupid because, like, we don't have definitions for this stuff because, like, this stuff is still relatively new.
How did he take him down? What was the takedown?
He took his back, and he like shucked him down to the point where Usman was on his hands and knees. To me, that counts as a takedown.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's tough to say.
If you have to get back
so
up,
argumentative.
if you have to get back up, it's a takedown.
Yeah, I guess so. But like he wasn't like on his ass or on his back, you know?
No,
It's
he
like
wasn't.
He was
He
still
wasn't
in a position to
flattened.
get back up.
But like in wrestling, that's still a takedown.
I guess so. You think he doesn't have 100% takedown defense anymore?
No, I think anyone who brags about that also is a fucking idiot.
Why?
You shouldn't brag about having good defense. Then people are just going to try to wrestle you, and it's going to be a boring fight.
I mean, it's impressive. It's cool because no one takes him down, so he keeps the fight standing. I mean, he is a wrestler though, so never mind.
Yeah.
I take back what I said, but I kind of hope he gets stripped. I think he'd lose to Hamzat Chimaev.
I think it does too. I don't know. I need to see more of Hamzat.
I mean, he
Or as Colby
up.
calls him, Kumshot.
Kumshot Chimaev. He has the funniest nicknames. He
Just
called
stupid.
Volkanovski Virginovsky.
Virginovsky.
That one's funny.
They're not original names either.
What do you mean? That's pretty original.
He just thinks of the like closest associated dumb word with his name.
It's original. Are you kidding
Marty
me?
Fake Newsman.
Yeah. Marty Snoozman. Marty Juiceman.
Okay, those ones are funny.
Yeah, he's rich.
Yeah, I was gonna look up who got the performance bonuses too.
Okay, let's see if we agree with them. Mr. Dana.
Oh yeah, did you watch the prelims? Did you see that big fat guy do the spinning wheel kick?
No.
Okay, never mind. He got a performance bonus, $50,000.
Well, he deserves it. He was a big
He
fat
deserves
guy.
it.
Yeah,
like
and
you
he
would
kicks-
not think he's like 5'8", 255 pounds, and he threw a spinning wheel kick.
Jesus.
No one expected
Lord
that,
have mercy.
so he deserves a bonus. Bobby Green got a bonus. Alex Pereira got a bonus.
He deserves one.
Marlon Vera got a bonus.
Deserves it.
And fight of the night was Gaethje and Chandler, so they got a bonus.
Definitely deserves it.
And that seems like it.
That was a wild card.
It was a wild card.
Do you think Dustin Poirier versus Oliveira is going to deliver as much? I mean, Jorge backed out because he's a little bitch.
Anything that happens in that fight, I'll be happy with.
Who do you think is going to fight now? Leon Edwards? Or if he's just going to pull out of the
Leon
card too?
Edwards is going to wait for a title shot because he's a poo.
He deserves a title shot, though, doesn't he? He's beaten everybody that the UFC's thrown
Can you
at him
name
now.
like 2 people he's beaten on that streak?
Nate Diaz.
The last person he fought.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. What's his name? Tyron Woodley.
I don't think he has.
Fuck. I was guessing. Michael Chiesa.
Also, are you playing with the cord? I can hear it rattling.
Yes, I am.
Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat. You can hear it in my tone. Leon
That's
Edwards.
funny.
Oh, I didn't even know it was British. That's how little I know about Leon Edwards.
He doesn't do anything, though. He doesn't talk. He doesn't talk shit. He doesn't have like any Twitter posts, really.
Well,
does he?
If you're British, you can't really talk shit.
The only thing I know about him is that he just got punched in the face by Jorge Masvidal.
That's all I really know about
outside of
him.
the octagon.
Oh, okay, so there are some names on here.
Was that
but
right,
they're-
Tyron Woodley?
No.
Fuck. Okay, let me guess another name. He's beaten. Let me think. Don't tell me. Darren Till.
No.
Steven Thompson.
No.
Fuck. Damian Maya.
No.
Who the fuck is he just beating nobody? This
Exactly. Like the
name
people.
and name some names and see if I know any.
Okay, the one he beat before Nate Diaz was Rafael dos Anjos.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good then.
It's pretty
I thought
good.
he was a
but, like-
lightweight.
But like everyone beats Rafael dos Anjos. Rafael went up to the welterweight. He fought Colby for the belt. That's who Colby won the belt off of. It was a vacant title.
I don't know. He was an interim champ.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm not sure if it was interim or if it was vacant, but and then he got stripped for inactivity.
Colby?
Yeah. He still carries it around though.
Yeah. he deserves
Someone's gonna have to fact check that. I'm not gonna do it because I'm fucking lazy and I'm always right, so it doesn't even matter anyways. And then before Rafael dos Anjos, he beat Gunnar Nelson,
it. Sounds familiar.
which
I
isn't
don't
really
know him.
impressive.
Yeah.
You don't even know who Gunnar Nelson is, do you?
No.
He got like a black belt when he was 21 in jiu-jitsu. No one does that. So it's pretty fancy, and he's a karate guy too. So he stands like Wonder Boy. Doesn't fight as good as him though. And then before that was Donald Cerrone.
Okay, everyone beats him though. Sad.
Feels bad.
Yep. Hate to see it.
Then Peter Sabata. Who the hell is that? Brian Barberena. That's actually a pretty good win. Vincente Luque.
That's pretty good. He beat
That's
Vicente
that's
Luque.
good, but that was back in 2017. I think
Yeah,
that's
he's-
Vicente Luque's last loss too. And then two unknowns before that.
Damn.
Is my audio clipping?
No.
Are you sure? Is it clipping?
Well, now it probably is.
Okay.
I can't tell either because you're the one with the computer.
You can hear me though.
Yeah, but I can't tell it's gonna clip.
Oh yeah, you need better quality headphones. Okay, Vicente Luque's last loss was to Wonderboy. Before that was to Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
I can hear your rubber face in the mic when you do that.
Oh, really?
Because it's that sensitive. Wait, can you hear this?
I'm a little tired is all.
A little tired. What did you do last night again?
You know what? We'll keep that behind closed doors, Michael Lee.
Oh, yeah, you wanted a date, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Okay, what are we talking about next? What's going on? We're talking about
Well, here's the thing.
Shamaya versus Usman. And
We really should have talked about the format. We're reaching the 21-minute mark.
Okay, that was UFC 268 talk with Michael Lee and your co-host Matthew
You
Lee.
have the shittiest outros for this podcast.
I mean, what else can I say? Are we ending this right here? Because honestly, it
that's
sounds...
what I was gonna bring up. We can cut this off here.
And also, we end this so bad. It's always like, should we end this here every single time? We should smoothly
I never expected to spend
into an
21
ending.
minutes just talking about UFC.
Well, I expected that. That's what we were talking about.
I don't know. You're also doing the thing where you're going up to the mic again.
I don't care anymore. If it clips, then so be it,
People
man.
aren't gonna watch this shit. If all they hear is this, no one's gonna watch
Nobody watches it anyway. We are unknowns with one other podcast up.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Hold on. If someone reaches the end right now and they're watching this,
We will give you a hand job.
Matt will give you a hand job.
Okay, well, flip a
I'll
coin.
give you $2. That means Matt values a hand job at $2.
Okay, I'll give you $3.
$5 from
I'll
the Lee
give-
Mastered podcast.
Okay, I just have to one up you.
Odds are, if you're watching this, you know us too. So.
Probably, unless if it's a random. Thank you for watching. You're a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, and if you're a random, subscribe, click that bell.
Yeah, all that jazz.
What's all the jazz that the YouTubers say?
All right, guys, make sure to ring that bell. Ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. But I'm pretty sure now you can't only just ring the bell. You also have to make sure you have to set every single video that you get notified on. It's so dumb. They're trying to kill YouTube channels.
I don't know. Oh yeah, and be sure to dislike this video before they remove that function.
They're gonna remove dislikes.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Why aren't we talking about that? Okay, you know what?
Because we'll do it on another podcast.
All right. Thank you for watching. This was UFC 268 talk with other talks
Don't
in it as
front
well.
on the mic again.
Fuck you.
That seems like a good place to end it. Fuck you guys. See you later.